I will talk about how at Infineon Technologies we are unlocking the power of data. And one hint there, it's involving Knime. So let's get into it. And one thing I'm so much enjoying about this event is that all of you here represent a very diverse business area. So it's awesome for us as a team to learn how you are leveraging Knime. And let me start off with introducing Infineon to you. Maybe a question: who of you has heard of Infineon before? Okay, many people already, which is great. Yes, and my colleagues, good job. So what we produce is semiconductors. And the most prominent thing that always pops into your mind when you think about semiconductors is computer chips. But actually, semiconductors is not only computer chips. The product range is huge and very diverse. For example, in an electric car, let's pick that example, hundreds of semiconductor products are inside an electric car. This depends, of course, on the model. But here, especially in automotive, we are considered the global market leader. Also for power systems. And when I was submitting this slide deck a few weeks ago to publish it, we were second place on the microcontrollers. This changed last week. Last week, we also became global market leader in the microcontroller business for the first time in company history, which is great. Thanks. So let's look a bit at the product range that we have. Let's start with automotive. Think about entertainment systems in the car, safety system, sensors that allow driver's assistant, communications. All of these involve semiconductor products. Then what we call green industrial power. Think about windmills and solar panels. Then power and sensor systems, laptops, consumer electronics, your mobile phones, your microphones, my microphone maybe even. And then last but not least, connected and secure systems. Think about your passports, ID cards, bank cards. All of these contain our products, and I'm taking a very confident bet that all of you are in possession of some of our products, even if you didn't know it yet. So we are doing this with a global number of 58,000 colleagues distributed all around the world, with 15 manufacturing locations and then 71 research and development sites. So with our products, we are powering AI, we are enabling digitalization. The products are making the world safer and greener. But also, our board, of course, has realized the huge potential of digitalization that we can leverage inside the company to get more efficient. And that's why currently a holistic and comprehensive digitalization strategy is implemented, which we call Infineon Digital 2030. And this strategy evolves around generating value fast. So we are leveraging digital to create new business potential, to have clear business-related outcomes in mind. So we don't automate bad processes, we have the business benefit in mind, and we are doing this fast to create process efficiencies and accelerate time to value and time to market for our products. And one tool in our belt of how we are facilitating that is Knime. So how do we run Knime within Infineon? We are doing this in an agile way, you could call it a hybrid team, with on the one hand side, an IT, application owner. In this case, it's a specialized IT department, which we call factory integration. And the IT application owner is also here today, hiding in the audience. And the IT application owner is supported by an IT application team. And what they do is that they are taking care of the rollout of versions of the Knime Analytics platform and also the Business Hub. They are taking care of incidences, of bugs, making sure that the infrastructure is fit to what we need it to be. And on the other hand side, we have the business application owner, and this is me. So I'm the Infineon Knime business application owner, and I'm supported by the business application team and a representative for all of the business within Infineon that wants to use Knime. And what I'm responsible of is collecting feature requests from our internal business customers, prioritizing those, conceiving trainings, and developing concepts and deciding together with my IT application owner of where we want to steer this ship. What do we want to get out of this software? Together we are tracking KPIs. My responsibility is checking business benefit. Is this actually profitable, what we do? And for IT application owner, it would be things like uptime of the Business Hub and the AP. How many incidences do we have? How fast are we in eliminating bugs, and so on and so forth. This is our journey. I made a little Knime workflow that should represent what we have been through. Let's put it like that. So we introduced Knime within the company in 2021. So we knew what we were missing. We were searching for a tool to leverage, and there were several candidates. So we went into a deep paper study in 2021. There was a 6-month proof of concept, and then we scored. That's why I put the scorer here, and the winner was Knime. So in 2022, we rolled out Knime within the company, the Knime Analytics platform, and by that time still the Knime server. It was then globally available to anybody within the company. In parallel, we were enabling data connections, which gave a real push to this initiative. We were training early adopter communities, and first lighthouse projects, use cases were implemented. And to represent those data connections that were then available, I put the DB connector there. Okay, so we had the data, we had Knime, and then it really started in 2023 and 2024 with enablement. We held knowledge sharing session, invited as many colleagues as we could. We hold an internal conference. We were having a use case contest. We were heavily building, supporting infrastructure, building Knime functionality that we can share within Infineon out of the box to really get this party started, so to speak. From that, we are, of course, deriving our business decisions. And now we arrived in today, 2025. We decided to invest and buy the Business Hub. And we have huge plans to accelerate this using the Business Hub. That's why we did the Knime Hub Authenticator for Infineon. And the way we want to leverage this is heavily, we are planning to build our own community hub out of it, but within Infineon, hosted on-premise, securely and compliant, and motivate our users to share solutions there in a safe way, of course, so that we can pretend that everything is, the wheel is reinvented every time over and over again. Yeah, and also we want to motivate people to collaborate more, which the functionality of Teams is going to enable us. Yeah, and by the way, I joined here in 2023 over from the pharma industry into the semiconductor business. So let me spend some minutes talking about our recipe for success here. Digitalization overall can be a daunting thing, can maybe create fears and doubts, and those are the areas that help us succeed here. One is recognition. Although all of those Infineon no-coders, they might not be data scientists, they are domain knowledge experts, they are leveraging this software, creating business benefit, and this is awesome, so we should recognize them. That's why we invite them, give them a stage to present their use cases. Maybe also, as I mentioned, the contest to just give them a stage. Then we facilitate training, and of course, training the Knime learners dashboard, the Knime courses, they are great. They are interactive and very modern. What we do is also customize it. Make our own training with Infineon data, with everyday task to task that people are faced with, really like push the people on the problems that they have from day to day, and in doing so, it's easier to get to have their own ideas. Yeah, and then provide engagement. We put ourselves out there, open up, accessible to the users to be contacted. For example, you could compare it to an internal Stack Overflow, where people can ask questions and the community answers. We have a communication channel where you can just drop your question and get an answer ASAP. And it has become in a state where people from all over the world, global colleagues, are answering. It's not just us, the core team, anymore. Everybody that knows something enters in and is answering there, which is awesome. So this has become bigger, not only topics involving Knime, but also where do I get this and this data from? How do I connect to this and this database? And just the community, the Infineon community is answering here. And then last but not least, collaboration. And here we are heavily relying on the Business Hub that we can increase this point in our recipe for success. Then I brought some KPIs, which are maybe also interesting. First of all, if you have a look at this donut chart here, this represents our user community. So where are these users actually coming from which departments? And here you see that we have 60% from operations, which is production. And then the rest divides between divisions. Divisions are, like I talked before on the second slide, power sensor systems, ATV, CSS, our business lines, in essential, those are the divisions, supply chain, finance, IT, and then which I lovingly grouped into others. So you see that in comparison to other companies where I think mostly this and this here is really big, we are heavily in operations. And on the right-hand side, some numbers. Oh, let me think. First, let's talk about this number here. So we track some use cases. And summarized how much time they annually save. And this is the number here. So all of these use cases that we've tracked save 30,000 hours of work time per year. And to get this into more context, if one person would save 30,000 hours, that would equal 14.5 years of work life. Okay. On the right-hand side, some KPIs for our production server. So at Business Hub, we have rolled out only some weeks ago, so no numbers there yet. But for the production server, I brought them. On the production server, we have 50 power users. Those 50 power users have deployed 750 solutions, and those 750 solutions run 8,000 times a day. And I think this nicely underlines how great you can scale this. And then this number here is the number of downloads that we have for the local client, the Knime Analytics platform. So within Infineon, from those 58,000 colleagues of mine, 3,750 users have downloaded the Knime Analytics platform from our internal IT shop. So these are the key benefits for us that Knime brings. We are able to, we can enable our domain experts. We can develop Infineon-specific no-code features, and we are heavily doing that. Thereby, we are reducing dependency on IT. Business can help itself. We can do fast prototyping, and now with the Business Hub, awesome possibility for scaling. And let's have a look over there and see, oh, what is that? It's a specific Infineon low-code component that we have. And also here, a little cute Infineon node, which you can do because the Knime Analytics platform is open source. And then I brought a use case from the application owner team. So as I have told you before, we are currently in the middle of migrating everybody from the Knime server over to the Knime Business Hub. And we have decided that we start clean. So every user has to take care of migrating the solutions that they still need, which is, of course, creates friction. So we are trying to help them as much as possible. And one way that we are doing this is by providing an Infineon-specific Knime Business Hub migration validator. The original version of this was available on the external Knime Community Hub. So provided by the Knime team, thank you so much. So we downloaded it. We didn't have to start with nothing. We downloaded this initial version and made it work for Infineon and enriched it with features that we need. And if you look here, first of all, we put the Infineon branding, always important. And then this part here, which I have blurred, is where updates are happening. And here I only want to say that Knime workflows are completely documenting themselves. So whatever users have in their metadata that might also need to update because things move to Business Hub, you can automate this change by patching the metadata. Okay, I have linked the original version, of course, not the Infineon version, to this workflow down here. And I think my slides will be shared, so if any of you are interested, you can click on the link and download the migration validator yourself. And with that, you have made it to the end. And me too. Thank you so much for your attention. And yeah.
Thank you so much, Katja. Here's a little prezi.
Thank you so much.
I know that our CEO is sad that he didn't get anything.
Oh.
So, great presentation, thank you. And please stay with me on stage for questions and answers.
Yes, we'll do so.
Quick look around in the room. Are there any questions for Katja? I think you can see the professionalism, how they rolled out Knime. It's amazing. No questions so far? Any questions online?
There we have one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the very interesting talk, and great to see that you're saving so many hours in different departments of your company. I'd be very interested to hear like maybe one or two other use cases, how you leverage Knime workflows to save valuable work time.
Yeah, great question. Let me think what I can tell you. So most use cases from operations evolve around process optimization. So whatever people did before that was manual, for example, Excel sheets, madness, or manual looking up stuff, all of this can be automated. So instead of printing out sheets and discussing what needs to be done, why not have a dashboard and just open the dashboard and there it's already laid out for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Any other questions? There's one there. Yeah.
Hi.
We have mic runners, so if somebody can bring you. Look. Martina's coming.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for a wonderful presentation.
Thanks.
Is your internal audit is using Knime, and how much they have benefited? Anything you can share?
Financial audit is using it heavily, yes.
Okay, so they use for finding out their own data, right? Financial data. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have one question up here.
There, or where did you see? Ah,
I saw one here.
I think I got a microphone already. Shall I go ahead?
Yes.
I'm not seeing where.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Sure. Sorry.
There, over there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, thank you. I was wondering, you mentioned that you have around 3,000 users who downloaded Knime and who are using it, and then you have 50 power users who schedule flows on the Knime hub, I suppose?
The production server. Yeah.
Okay. How do you manage that? Those 3,000 users, are they only using Knime locally on their machines, or do they send them to the 50 users that schedule, or how do you organize?
So those 3,000 users, they are using Knime locally, although, of course, we do not track what they do. And so only a portion of those users are fully automating stuff on the production server. And yes, power users are collecting workflows from colleagues and are publishing it on the production server. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here we have another one, or?
We start here and
Ladies
then
first.
Okay.
We need a microphone.
Okay, then let me start.
Yeah.
The real magic is happening in the fabs. Did you already have connected or consider connecting Knime to your fabs?
Not at the moment.
Is there a reason for it?
Yes.
Love it.
This is a very hard decision to take, and we very securely take care of everything that happens in production. So at the moment, it's not on the plate. Mm-hmm. So let's see what the future holds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if nobody can give you a mic.
Yeah, one question from my side. So you mentioned that you also upskilled the workforce at the, how do you call it, domain experts, which should be more people from finance or business departments, as I figured.
Yes.
How did you do it in terms of time investment? Because I figured that's quite a journey, you know? It's an abstract topic coming from business, so were they given a certain time frame to complete trainings, or how is, firstly, the engagement secured from them, and also a time frame given to ensure that they follow along on that learning journey to learn about Knime?
So our concept is self-service. So we offer this, and if people require and want to get support, they may have it. But all in all, initiative must come from the business unit. So, so ownership at the end for all of these solutions always remains also with the business unit. And I know that there are different approaches out there, hybrid approaches where like the ownership team jumps in and takes responsibility. We don't do that. It's fully self-service within Infineon. And you can, of course, always discuss this approach. My belief is that if you really want to scale digitalization, at some point you also need to let go a bit. And this leads to empowerment. If the workflow owner is the responsible person, has to maintain it, watch it, and yeah, thereby also the knowledge increases.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, for the sake of time, I want to take one question from our online audience. Since this is a hybrid event, I don't want to kind of exclude them. So the question is, how did you estimate the 30K saved hours?
We asked the use case owners for the benefit that they had, and then we summed it up.
Yeah. You did your math.
Using a Knime.
Can I see you from this? Okay.
Using a Knime workflow.
I love it so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Should I go? Okay.
We still don't let you go.
Okay.
I want to ask Jennifer on stage. Here she comes, and I'll hand over the mic to Jennifer. Surprise?
Surprise. Well, thank you, Katja. That was very interesting.
Thank you, too.
And I think that the starting out talking about your Thai background and some kickboxing may be relevant here. So all of you in the room and online know that at Knime, a sense of community is very important to us. And through the years, we have often recognized this. So for those of you that were here yesterday, you saw us in the evening acknowledge our partner team and the sense of community that our partners help build globally in markets where we don't exist and help extend our reach. Also, you have seen us through our evangelism program through the years recognize our contributors of the month on our community forum, as well as certified trainers and professionals, really important to us. And just last year, we launched a new award. So. And we call this one our Knime Ninja Award. Excuse me here. Okay.
Call out to the regie, please.
Yes, we're, okay. Wow, we are, we'll go to Plan B here and show you what it looks like, our Knime Ninja Commercial Award. And this is, we'll let you hold this for a second, is really demonstrating those companies that we work with that have displayed a sense of community and really building out their Knime workforce internally. And for that, maybe Swantje, you can add a couple points here.
Yeah, and since this is, of course, a team achievement, although you played a big role in it, Katja, I want to ask your colleagues on stage, Nastaran and Mark, please come up here. I can't shake your hands. I don't have a free hand here. So, this award is so well deserved because A support colleague of mine once said, the great thing about Mark from Infineon is he knows Knime better than we do. And, and the other two on stage have done an incredible job to evangelize Knime within Infineon. And you know us salespeople, we always want to be part of this kind of upselling and going into different departments. And the answer was always, thank you, but no thank you, we have this. And indeed they had. The adoption curve at Infineon was so steep, and you organized a great internal event. I know it was a hell lot of work, but it really paid off. You did a competition, people handed in use cases. It was so well done, and that's why you really, really all deserve this award. Thank you.